What's up, everybody? It's Fony again. This video is going to be about getting the good shots. A lot of videos that I watch, I try to watch it. I watch it the high quality version. I watch the Google version, and in the Google version, you know, the character is extremely small because the camera's way out, or the UI is out of control. And in the high quality version, sometimes even that's not high enough quality where I could see everything and really know what the hell is going on. This will basically go over getting the good shots, how to make your PvP video, the actual frap footage itself, come out as clean as possible. And also about the UI, keeping it clean, where you don't have stuff all over the place. And you know, obviously Google Video and YouTube, the compression is still high there. It just screws the whole thing up. Okay, so this is fraps. You absolutely have to set this thing up right, or else everything you record is just gonna end up like garbage. Okay, right now from the top to bottom, you have your folder to save movies in. Put that on your fastest hard drive, preferably not the hard drive that WoW is sitting on, because it will affect your frame rate, maybe even slightly. If you're running two Raptor drives, don't even listen to what I'm saying right now, but always try to keep it on a separate hard drive if possible. If you don't have a separate hard drive, you just kind of deal with it. Video capture hotkey, just put it somewhere where it's easy to get to whenever you want to. You got some action going on, you can just hit it real quick and just boom, you record it and then boom, stop it. Half size, full size, this really depends on your processor, like I said in the first video. Your frame rate, I keep mine at 30 frames per second because 30 frames per second matches what I use in Vegas for the project settings. If you want to go 60 frames per second, you could do some really nice slow-mo matrix style cinematics and everything because it's recording 60 frames per second. And when you dump it into Vegas, your project speed is 30 frames per second. So that video will be twice as or half the speed, but it'll maintain the full 30 seconds. So it'll look really smooth. Just give it a shot if you want to try it. Just throw it up there, you know, 60 frames per second, throw it in WoW, hit record, and if it maintains at 60 frames per second while it's recording, granted it's going to eat your hard drive, you'll get that really cool slow motion effect, and you could use that in like some little cinematics or part of your intro or something like that. Recording sound, I know it's a lot of videos nowadays that include sound. I personally don't. It's not because I don't want to, but it's because my hardware is not physically capable of handling it. I run an external mixer, so my mic is my input. I'm not gonna press my mic up against my speakers just so you can hear me sinister striking somebody or laying out a fireball. No cursor. Keep that checked. No one wants to see you clicking around. No one wants to see a random hand popping up on the screen. So keep no cursor on there and you're good to go. No sync. You may or may not have good results with that. It depends on whether or not WoW is running in sync to refresh rate. Just experiment with that. Depends on your WoW settings again. Just experiment with all this stuff until you get it just right. So we're going to talk about UI clutter now. This is going to be I'm talking a little bit about how to set up your UI so it's more video friendly, your camera, running in default mode versus all the extra mods and everything. I'm gonna show you some examples of some decent video or some good video where the UI is not all in the way, and I'm gonna show you some examples of UI that is just out of control and you absolutely need to not do what I'm gonna show you. Okay. First, this is Fony, for example. He's sporting the default classic UI. You know, everything's kind of where it's supposed to be, the way Blizzard intended it to be. If you run like this, it's the easiest for everyone to see. Everyone knows where everything's at. They don't have to figure everything out. There's not a lot of numbers and stuff flying all over the place where they don't know what it is. Also, people aren't going to ask you a million questions about what UI that you're running. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's okay to run a default UI. Your combat log and your general chat and everything. Your general chat, for me, I usually keep that pretty small, or sometimes I raise it up, I don't know. But your combat log, sometimes people want to read the combat log to see what's going on. I usually put a black background on it and I take it and I raise the font all the way up to 18. That way when I record, I could see the video, I could see the text and everything. Other people could see the text, you know. I don't know why, but some people like to be able to read the combat log. that's totally up to you. Okay, so here's Fony. As you can see, I've cleaned up his UI quite a bit. There's nothing at the top. Everything is at the bottom. When the party comes up, it's all on the left on the bottom. It's all aligned at the bottom. Everything is just, it's there. It's easy to see. There's nothing crazy going on. And the top side is clean, which is nice because then I could clip the bottom off and make a nice little widescreen effect at any point. I don't have to actually turn off my UI to get the UI effect, to get the widescreen effect anymore. I could just leave it on and just put a black bar across the bottom and adjust the video, and then boom, there you go, instant widescreen. Okay, so now I want you to notice how far away my camera is. This is good in very few situations. Now again, this is a matter of opinion. Some classes actually, it's better to have it far away. Like I would say maybe a hunter, a warlock, things with pets, a mage. You know, when you're AoEing a lot, sometimes it's good to keep it far away. But this is the max camera distance you could get by default from Blizzard settings from WoW. As you can see, as I'm running around here, I'm a tiny dot. Now imagine this on Google Video. I'm probably like 2 pixels wide by 3 megapixels tall. If you're a night elf, you're probably about 5 pixels tall. You're pretty small, and it's really hard to see what's going on. You can't really see the gear you're wearing. For me, I sometimes screw this up myself. I try to keep the view right about here or so I can see myself, and then when I charge something, for example, this little boar here, you get some good action shots. Like, bam, eat that boar. And you can run away swinging your big old axe. Yeah. So for me, I like to keep the camera angle right around here. It keeps the action in your face, and it's not way out here. For example, I'm gonna charge this little leopard. Bam. Okay, see the difference? It's the difference between this and this. It's up to you guys. You guys make the decision how you want to roll with it. Experiment a little bit. See what you like. Okay, so for cinematic effects, like in my intro on the second movie I made, I had a scene where the music was playing and there was all these shots of my different characters and they were doing crazy things. They're running around, or he was casting a fireball, you know, and try to make it look as dramatic as possible just for the short period of time I was using for the intro. The way to do that is, you know, I'm sure everyone knows the Alt-Z, of course, which I just mentioned. And here's what I see people do. You know, they do the whole, yo, okay, yes, big old pimp walk, right? Okay, there's absolutely nothing stunning about this at all. Okay, no one wants to watch you walk, okay? What you could do is, you know, you lower your mouse speed, because see how the mouse is moving around? It's very erratic movement. It's kind of just like everywhere. Well, if you slow down your mouse speed a little bit, it kind of smooths out. Of course, you're probably gonna need a bigger mouse pad, but you get some pretty cool cinematics. So for example, I'm gonna come up on this cow here, and I'm gonna bring the camera around right about, let's say here, and then I start casting this fireball, and I just kind of swing it around, and then just bam. Now, it wasn't the smoothest, but I'm also working with like a 4-inch mouse pad, so experiment, but lowering the mouse speed is how you get those really nice, smooth, sweeping effects without it actually looking really jerky and just messed up. So, bam, eat that wolf. So that's pretty much it for this one. I hope some of you got something out of this. The more advanced users probably didn't get too much out of this, but you may have learned something, who knows. I will be covering in some future videos how to do in-game effects, like during the fight scenes where there's that big flash and zoom on the crit, you know, and stuff like that, and when is it okay to use that and when is it not, and all that good stuff, you know. So stay tuned, warcraftmovies.com, and I have some more stuff for you.